Hi, I'm Becky.
And I'm Christina, and today we're going to talk about our classrooms and our centers. So we're going to start with our youngest little ones. This is our infant suite. The best part about our infant suite is that they are connected by their kitchen area and their changing areas. That way, that transition from our immobile babies to our mobile babies is a really comfortable transition. There's a glare on it. There you go. Another fantastic feature is that when you drop off, you can actually keep your shoes on. The wooden areas in there are going to be the places where you can walk with shoes on. It's only sleeping and eating area, and so the children are not down on the floor in those spaces. The place where they are on the floor is the carpeted area, which is gated off as well. And then there's a separate little nursing suite. So that's a bonding room or nursing suite where you can come, say if baby hasn't completed their nap yet and you just want to cuddle a little bit before you go into the car seat. It's a nice place to just sit and do that. Also, if you have the opportunity to nurse throughout the day, there's a space where you can do that comfortably. I love that there's a separate sleep area from play area. It makes it so that we can get a nice long nap instead of a little cat nap. And this is our infant suite from our 6 weeks to around 12 to 14 months. The next is going to be our toddler classrooms and early preschool classrooms. These are the setups for those classrooms. There are potties to start introducing potty trainings down in that corner there. Everybody in this age group moves to cots to sleep on, and that's an example of a cot right down there. And then it's divided up into the learning centers. We'll talk a little bit more about what you expect in each of those learning centers as we go through, but you can see the division throughout the classroom. So there's not a specific area where kids can run or make a obstacle course out of. It's set up so that there are distinct play areas for each subject. And then the final classrooms are our preschool and pre-K classrooms. These are the layouts for them. You can see the bathroom's a little bit larger since everyone is potty trained in there. And then there's separate centers just the same way. In addition to all of that is also the tech tables and a smart board. So our tech table is right here that has 2 iPads within it. This is not an passive activity. This is an active activity, so you have to touch and engage with it to be able to use it. And same with the smart board. Those will be used to enhance the curriculum, but they will still be limited. They'll be limited to around 15 minutes per week. So still something that we strongly hold near and dear so that you can use that screen time as you see fit, but where we can teach them to interact with media and how to access additional information elsewhere. Now going into our learning centers, the first that we have is construction and architecture. Seedlings, our proprietary curriculum, does a fantastic job of labeling each of our centers with what it looks like as children and what they will grow into as adults because of that. That way you don't see them playing in centers as just them wasting time, but you see them as them actually getting the opportunity to engage and learn skills that will lead to a lifelong profession, be that engineering or architecture. They will gain experience and physics and understanding of how cause and effect works through construction and architecture. On the next slide, we've got our language and literacy center. This is our books, our puppet stories, our felt boards where we can reenact stories and also read books. As we move through onto the next center, we've got music appreciation. This is Becky's favorite. So we'll have center exploration of music time, but there will also be a set Singing Sprouts curriculum, which is music related to the theme that we're currently studying that will happen in each of those classrooms, and also a music class led by Becky in every single classroom.
This right here, this was me. So I loved music when I was a kid, and then it became my career. Before opening a Lightbridge, I was an elementary music teacher. So like what Christina spoke about, I'll be going in once a week into all of the classrooms so that I can really get to know the children as well as the teachers and how the classrooms are running.
And then on the next side is our Math and Manipulative Center. That's our puzzle, sorting, sequencing, fine motor skills. This area changes with every theme that we're doing as well. So we'll add shells for sorting as opposed to the colored bears as we're talking about the beach. So Math and Manipulatives for fine motor. Science lab is our next area. This is where we'll have our magnets, our light tables. We'll have a garden outside, so we'll be able to farm to table, microscopes, magnifying glasses, and where we answer the question of why a lot. The next one is writing workshop. We have a writing workshop in all classrooms from early preschool on up, and we use a curriculum called Handwriting Without Tears. This curriculum allows us to build letters in a very constructive way to make it far more entertaining, but also break it down to bare essentials between a big line and a little line and a big curve and a little curve. And it's a great way to teach grip of a pencil all the way through. So I'm really looking forward to introducing that to all of our children. The next is social and linguistic. This is where we sit down and we do our large group circle time. We introduce our theme, we talk about what's new in there, and then the language studies that we have are Spanish sprouts and signing sprouts. Both of those are foreign languages that we add in based on our theme. So if we're studying outer space, we're learning 5 signs related to outer space and 5 Spanish words related to outer space. It's relevant, it's personal because it's what they're studying about in their classroom, and they'll come home sharing that with you. So it'll make it far more applicable for them. The next is discovery and investigation. This was my center. I like getting messy. So this is where we get to play in sand and water and grass and mud and all of the things that we can feel and test and see what exactly it will look like, feel like, and sound like when we move it in different directions.
We'll clean them up too afterwards and send them home just as nice as you brought them in.
Yes. Next is imagination and expression. This is our art center. This is where we're going to build rockets out of our recyclables, as well as coloring and painting and all of the things that you think of art. But this is very open-ended personal expression. We want children to keep that imagination within them and use it to grow and learn, as opposed to doing all cookie cutter, all the same, everybody's penguin looks like a penguin. The next one is family life and community. This is where we reenact what mommy and daddy do all day, between going to Starbucks, going to Target, or social distancing. Yeah. We use this center to change according to our theme, whether it be outer space or the beach or springtime and bunnies. So this area will change according to what we're talking about, so children can live it, breathe it, feel it, and enjoy it. And finally, we already talked about technology. We do have those tech tables and those smart boards, but we do really limit it. Now, we offer you a lot of technology with our cameras and communication, but for our children, it is really just an introduction into how to use a touch screen and how to seek additional information through the internet. So that's it for my centers and curriculum, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email, call us, and we'd be happy to provide more information. Thank you.